Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie loving maniacs? This your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about Happy Gilmore 2, which was released on Netflix over the weekend, and I watched it, so let's review. So, Happy Gilmore 2 is the long awaited sequel to the original film from back in the 90s, and it takes place 29 years after that movie in which Happy Gilmore, he is retired, and after a tragedy has struck his family, he kind of settles down, but then he becomes drunk, and then he tries to get back into golfing just to support his family. Now, look, up until recently, I just watched the original film for the first time, and well, Adam Sandler, he's not particularly one of my favorite comedic actors. He has a chock full of movies that I do like, but at the same time, I never saw any of his early films like Happy Gilmore or Happy Madison, so I went and watched the original Happy Gilmore to prep for this movie. And long story short, I did do a review of this. It's on here, check it out. But I liked it, but didn't quite love it, but at the same time did find some enjoyment out of this. And with this sequel here, I had low expectations for it because one, long awaited and long overdue sequels don't tend to do so good, and plus Adam Sandler, he's not on the best streak right now, especially at this point in his career, and going back to a movie that he made 29 years ago, it is a little sketchy, but hey, let's see what happens. Now, I enjoyed Happy Gilmore 2 mainly because I had low expectations. I didn't expect much from this movie. All I expected was just to put it on and have a good time, and just either have a good time with how funny it is or just have a good time with how ill-conceived it was. And in a way, it was a little of both. And your love for this movie is going to vary depending on how much you love the original film. And because I watched the original movie for the first time, so therefore I don't have much attachment to that original film, I was able to just accept this movie on its own terms, or take in this movie on its own terms, I should say. And to be fair, it is fun to see Adam Sandler return to this character and see what this character's been up to since the original movie and see where he's at in life, because you gotta think he's a little bit older, so he's calmed down a little bit, but I can't say the same for his kids. And it's surprisingly relatable in a way because we all remember that one bit from the original movie where he has to go to this happy place and he just thinks about naked women with beer. Whereas with here, his happy place consists of his health problems being improved, his financial situation being improved. That is very relatable. We do get some returning characters, like Christopher McDowell returns as, Shooter McGavin. I'm sorry, I have my notes here. But anyways, yeah, he returns as his character, and in a way that I didn't expect, because the two of them, they have to team up, because this movie is, in a way, two different movies, in which it's kind of a movie where, you have the old underdog trying to get back into the game, but then you also have Benny Safdie's character who made this extreme version of golf because he thinks regular golf is boring, and so he wants to change golf, and so it's up to Adam Sandler and his friends to try to stop this. Then you got Bad Bunny, who plays his caddy in the movie, and while I'm not too deep into his music, but from the times that I've seen him in movies, I think he's doing pretty good, especially as a comedic actor. I want to see where his acting career goes from here. Julie Bowen is in this movie, and that's all I'm going to say because let's just say she's part of the setup in the movie. Don't get too attached to her in this movie, is all I'm saying. Ben Stiller surprisingly returned in this movie, and he plays as the same character and just as hilarious as he was 29 years ago as his character. And what they do with his character is completely fucked up. Now, Adam Sandler's family within this movie consists of 4 boys and 1 girl, in which the 4 boys, they are really like Adam Sandler's character from 29 years ago. They have short fuse and they're aggressive, but they're well-meaning. And then his daughter, she's the one that's trying to get into dance school, and that's the whole reason why he gets back into golf. And side note, this is his actual daughter, and his other daughters in this movie as basically he meets her in an AA meeting in which they're getting together, and there's even a sweet moment between the two of them at the end. But it's just cool to see Adam Sandler incorporate his real life family within this film. The one thing about this movie, which will either make or break this movie for you, is the cameos. And a couple of standout cameos within this movie include John Daly, who plays himself in this movie, and I'll be honest, because I don't follow golf like that, so I didn't know that he is an actual golfer, and he is the golfer that is responsible for this funny-ass meme that I always like to go to every now and then. So this is John Daly, and To me, that's just awesome. And the one cameo that everybody's talking about right now is Eminem in this movie, which was funny and probably my favorite, but at the same time, it did get a little repetitive once he started quoting his own career, like Detroit, and then he started quoting his own songs. It's like, all right. Look, this is not a perfect movie by any means, and I'm not here to tell you otherwise. But at the same time, if you have a strong attachment to the original Happy Gilmore, you may not like this movie. But if you're someone that is like me that doesn't have a strong attachment to it, you might get some enjoyment out of it. But it all depends on your enjoyment of the first movie and your enjoyment of Adam Sandler right now. For me, this was just an type of movie. I'm going to give Happy Gilmore to the shoulder shrug emoji. That's it for the day. Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This your boy Bangful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.